Yeah, yeah, yeah. I ran 500 days and here's what happened. Yep. Follow along. I'm just gonna yap it out, man. But yeah, 500 days of running. As of right now, it's 505 starting around January 2024 last year. And that 500 days for me was just, probably the good 500 days of my life. And it's not really a running streak like the others. It's just more of a consistency streak, or maybe a habit streak, or whatever you may call it. But 500 days is just basically me out there running every single week 4 to 6 times, or sometimes even 7 times a week. Yeah, I ran that 7 times. Just like this week, I ran 7 out of 7 days. Yeah, that's just basically it. So it's not more of the guy who run every day, and salute to them, by the way, but it's just me. It's just my own, counting days. But I'm looking back on those days as my like foundation or something like that. So it's when the days are dark, you need to something to boost yourself. Maybe you can just look at that and you are 500 days ahead, man. Like something, you got the point, man. I mean, just I really started the running, or like going back to running September 2023, which date where I promised to myself that I will not drink slash party anymore, and I'm going 2 years sober now in September 1. Yeah, we're not going deeper than that, but it's all about running itself. So 500 days, first few hundred days, or yeah, we're not like totally going deeper than that, but yeah, there's something that one of my college classmates that asked me, that's been going through my mind on that time, or like at that time. It was one question from Mariel. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to her, by the way. Yeah, but she asked, because I was in a phase where it's not me, like I was addicted to alcohol abuse, drinking slash vaping. And there was a question where she asked randomly about, will you ever go again, or like sa Tagalog, tuloy mo pa ba? Or like, won't you even try something like that? Or yeah, that's stuck in my head. And I remember that probably one of the push that gives me a certain type of like idea to go again. Because yeah, back in 2020, before pandemic happens, I was running consistently. I was a track athlete in school, and pandemic happened, man. And everything goes down, up and down, something like that. Just a little recap on that pandemic 2020. Of course, it was downfall of all the things in life. Maybe everyone is having a hard time, that's for sure. We are locked down on that time span. I'm able to pick up some bad habits, which is vaping slash drinking. Over time, it compounds, and fast forward to 2023, I was able to, probably pick my addiction to that, which was, 3 to 6 months. I was just out there drinking myself, drowning myself with alcohol, and people knew that, or my friends knew that. So that's just definitely a low time for me. And gladly, I came back with a little bit of comeback, going 2 years sober now, as I said. But still a good turning point for me to find the sport again, I guess. So yeah, for the addiction part, yeah, I'm totally over that. But yeah, right now I'm addicted to running, if you may ask. But and long story short, man, I started going back slowly on that date, September, building up to December, showing up, just art of showing up, not really much intense, or just me running every single week, showing up there and building some kind of mileage, or just a little bits of run, not much of idealized or training plan, like I do right now. But yeah, back then I was just trying to build back the habit, of running. The first few days sucks, man. Like first 50 days, maybe. First few days sucks for me, and up to this point it does. Like it still exists, like it sucks also, but you are able to manage it well, or I am able to manage it well. If you run that consistent time, or you run a year, you will definitely know how to handle pain. And that's one thing you can build for, or like that's one thing you can build if you run, the pain management, or like pain tolerance, if I may say. 100 days plus, or 100 days into my runs, or maybe 130, 107, in that timeline in between. I was able to go out again and represent the school, for the regional events, which I am qualified for nationals to play in nationals. And I was able to play. I was not able to win. I'm not able to put up a fight or like to, somehow manage to run fast with them. But still a good opportunity for me to, experience those type of fast race or like the higher competitive or like higher level of events of competitiveness. And that was just for me just awaken something that I need to like go hard more or like train more so I can be on that level. And up till this point still can't be on that still, because running fast is it requires a lot, bro. So I'm not going deeper into that, but I'm just hungry for more, that's for sure. But if there's something that I can personally say about is that I was privileged enough to do this. I am grateful that I am out here to do this. Shout out to my mom, by the way. And without her, probably I'm not here, to be able to do this kind of running thing, making videos about it. And yeah, basically it's just because of her, man. And I am proud and I am grateful to have her in my life. So in total, I played 2 years, 2 years of appearance in there. So like I played twice in the regional, twice in the nationals. So the last nationals was not the best that I can describe, but I was able to knock down my PB on the 1.5, the 5K. I DNF because they are just so fast, man. 15 minutes, 15-minute guys. Sometimes it's just you against you, man. If you have a run today, you are battling your thought, your mind. Stay on bed. Your mind is telling you to sleep, telling you to rest, but deep inside you, man, that there is something calling you to get out there and run. But yeah, it's more of a constant battle of constant every single day, man. It's constant of like just lay in bed. My inner demons are telling me to do that, and sometimes overcoming them is one of the best things you can do for that daily runs. Still, I can guess I might relate to some other people out there that are just trying to fight those excuses, those little excuses in their minds. And I'm trying to overcome that every single day in the 500 days. I'm still far beyond for the elites in the country, but my goal is to like have the privilege to run fast with them, at some point. Maybe I don't know how many years if I will put the full time on that, training, but still I'm working on that. And I am launching my coaching. If you really want to dive deep on that, you want to, support me in my coaching, you can just share it to your friends, maybe enroll in my coaching page, and that will support my running probably. Because yeah, if you don't know me, I just graduated and I'm trying to, get some money out here to support my running, which is it's kind of ambitious, to be going full time, but I am trying to be that guy. So yeah, I just said that out loud so I can be accountable on that. So I'm just really gonna post it and see what we can do. I'm just gonna document everything out here. My training, recovery, tips, everything that I can share to the world of running and fitness that can help you also with your hobby, your running career, something, anything related with us. If you want to follow along this journey, man, I encourage you to subscribe, like, maybe share it to your running friends, your friends. It would be a pleasure for me if we will reach 400 subs just a couple of days. We are on 383 subs right now as of recording, or yeah, yesterday that was 383. We're going 400 hopefully. But yeah, thank you for following along this ride. As you guys on to the next, there's a lot of videos I am cooking. Yeah, anyways, my story doesn't end here. Our story doesn't end here. That will just be the only barrier to stop us. Peace out.